as long as there is a wall between people, based on religion, based on color, based on culture, based on creed, based on language, as long as walls are there will be no more peace.
The peace process now is stumbling, so we have to have a lot of courage, a lot of keen ideas about the peace.
The world is fed up with wars. Let's build up bridges of reconciliation.
You have to go back to the grassroots. You have to go to where you can reach back into the hearts of the people.
My opening words at the symposium was that we have brought hope, but we also feel your pain.
Truly, people, when they feel hopeless, they become more violent, more negative, and that leads to a whole set of wrong decisions.
May Allah bring peace and tranquility to the city of peace.
Ameen.
The animosity that exists at the moment between the three faiths, it must disappear, for which we have got to work hard.
Allah, help us love one another. Help us understand one another. Our children have been suffering for years.
I think to really overcome self-centeredness is the first step towards peace.
We must rise above the challenges in pursuit of peace. And so I call upon this great organization to move with great haste to create a World Peace Council that we can be a more effective tool in the pursuit of peace. Thank you very much.
Unfortunately, we are fighting each other for a long, long time. And more than 4 generations were born among this bloody circle which we are living in.
Right now, we're headed for a lose-lose outcome. And yet, if you talk to all the people involved on both sides, they're well-intentioned, capable, honest, hard-working people. There's no reason why it can't be a win-win situation.
Hello.
It is not a simple process, because the emotions people have are very deep, running very deep. Many people have, both in the Palestinian side and the Israeli side, they have personal experience with grief. The most immediate person, their son, daughter, nephew, brother, sister, father, mother, someone has been hurt on both sides.
We all have the same principles of love and peace and respect, but how you get to that, how do you get to a state of peace? How do you get to a state of love? I think interfaith aspect can really help with that.
And then we had the settlement.
A Council for Peace is a very vital thing in the peace process in this region and all over the world even. I think that there must be a regional peace councils, and this will improve at least the situation of restraints and nerves and ignorance and tolerance.
Everybody should feel at home in the whole land.
I think the idea of the Peace Council is a great one, to establish peace councils that are really strong and supported by the whole community, especially with our ambassadors for peace.
We commit ourselves as ambassadors of peace to the following: to take on the cardinal mandate of our commission as ambassadors for peace, namely to live for the sake of others.
They would go through a training process of conflict resolution and prevention, and they would use that at a local level, from even nursery, kindergarten.
To be an ambassador for peace, it's as much a recognition of the individuals who've done something good beyond themselves for the community or for their nation or for their religion or for interfaith. But it's a commission to do more, to work together with other ambassadors of peace to realize peace. The ultimate aim is peace. It's the hope of all ages, as we say.
That's why we're here, and I think that it's absolutely necessary. As a matter of fact, I think it's critical because if we're not here, I believe that anything can happen. And if we don't continue to come here, I think that anything will happen.
There needs to be some kind of negotiation. But you would go into the negotiations thinking, what can I give? What can I sacrifice? What can I invest into these negotiations to get a better outcome, to get a win-win outcome?
This is the third time.
The key really is to listen and to genuinely listen. And we have to be taught how to genuinely listen and have real dialogue.
And if we teach people to actually go in the shoes of the other, understand why a Palestinian would like to kill himself, or understand why a young soldier thinks that actually having a wall is a good idea. Do you think any young person really wants a wall? It's because they're scared and they really want to protect themselves. I think to really overcome self-centeredness, to overcome, if you like, thinking of yourself first, or only of yourself, and to think of the other, is the first step towards peace.
I'm sure that our destiny is to live together in this small part of the world. Let's make out of it a place that deserves living in.
Both parties will have to recognize that they have to live for the other. And that is what true love is supposed to be.
We were born here, we would like to die here.